that he met Olivia.
I met my wife through.
Shlomo Carlebach fixed him up.
I met my wife through a non-Jewish shadchan.
What's wrong with him? Did he have a stroke?
But I wanted to say there's a group on Facebook and the internet. It's called Lubavitch. Sounds Lubavitch, but okay. And it's basically all these Lubavitchers, no matter if you're religious or not, living in Brooklyn or not, dressed with a black hat or not, any color hat, you could be straight, you could be...
Beard, no beard. Both.
Beard, no beard.
Yeah.
Everyone is able to talk. It's almost like all the Lubavitch came back and Mashiach came, and everyone came to 770 virtually. This is what it's like. And they're all gathered in 770, and instead of the Rebbe talking and saying, Mashiach is on the way, the UFOs are landing, and something's going to happen soon, and get ready and get on your toes, instead, the Rebbe is not speaking, everyone's talking to each other, boys and girls. So it's almost like exactly like what Mashiach came already. Because once Mashiach comes, the Rebbe is not going to be telling us, hang in there, there's going to be an afterlife, and a supernatural, and a divinely inspired. It's done. Everyone can take a chill. So it's like Mashiach came. All Chabad's talking to each other, deeply, devoutly religious.
Socialist, Marxist.
Socialist. Trotskyites, the Rebbe's brother.
The brother of the Rebbe.
What was the Rebbe's brother?
His younger brother was when in 1918 was a Trotskyite. He was in trouble with the police. The Rebbe kept his
What
head
about
down.
the Rebbe's wife? Was she religious? Did she believe in God? Like was she more educated type to not believe in Rebbe in Musya?
Yeah, I know who she is.
You know
I have no
Musya?
idea. Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah, I have no idea.
Older sister was upset.
Very upset because she wanted to be the Rebbetzin for Chabad, most likely.
Maybe she wanted to be the Rebbe.
The older sister.
Maybe she wanted to lead a movement. A woman could lead a movement. A woman could be a scientist.
Upset. She was very upset.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was upset.
What was the older sister? What was the older sister's name?
They were competitive.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, at least the older sister was competitive. Yeah, of course. The older sister felt that she should be the one, and her husband. But her husband wasn't that upset.
Rashag was cool. He would come to the Farbrengens, Shmayo, right?
Yeah.
It was good. Someone asked the Rashag, Rabbi Wiener, the Reform rabbi, asked him, how does the Rebbe become Rebbe? So he got so serious, he goes, the elder Hasidim decide, and something like that. Yeah. But he had a limo driver, so he was treated like a Rebbe. He had basically a driver. He had a driver.
Well, the Rebbe for years had a Buick. He didn't even drive a Cadillac. He got a new Buick every year or two. For years, they didn't switch to Cadillac until near the end. I mean, he used to drive.
I remember the Cadillac. And the Buick I remember too, actually. Yeah, I'm very old.
I guess that was a modest thing. A Buick is modest.
He was a modest Rebbe. He wasn't into anything. He wasn't traveling. He was just getting people riled up. He just wanted people to be...
What do you think of his talking to the Frierdiker Rebbe? He went to the... He went and talked to the Frierdiker Rebbe.
After he's dead?
Yeah. What do you think of
that?
A
lot of mystics claim that they talked to the dead. And what's this lady's name? Sylvia?
The Torah says you shouldn't do that.
It's against the Torah? Rav Shach said it? All the Gedolim said it. But did he actually talk to the dead? We don't have any great supernatural advice that he gave. For 40 years, he never said something so profound that sounded like it came from a supernatural source. Yeah, Rashi Sichis and things like that, but he never said it.
Well, if you talk to somebody who's dead, maybe they're not dead, right?
Let's do some living after we die.
I don't know.
Afterlife. What a horrible word.
No, but nonetheless, the Torah says it's not advisable.
You're not allowed to do it, yeah. But it doesn't mean that actually people in the Bible times actually spoke to the dead. They just made...
Well, no, I've been to spiritualist churches.
And do they talk to the dead?
Yeah.
So you believe the dead send messages?
I think so, yeah.
So you believe...
I don't want to talk to the dead.
You believe that the dead...
I think maybe.
They could, maybe.
Do you think astrology has any maybe value? Do you think astrology has any
I don't know. I'm asking you. What I know about science is something else.
Well, it's not science. Astrology is not science.
Right, but when I ask you, do you believe that the Frierdiker Rebbe said anything to the Rebbe after 1950? Dead.
I think the Rebbe thought so.
He got messages?
I don't know. It seems like he.
What would he tell him?
I don't
know. It's warm up here. What would he tell him? No, I'm serious. What would he tell him? Something has to leak. Some information.
That was his Rebbe. That was the Rebbe's Rebbe for.
But what would he tell him? What was the genius ideas? I mean, it's
I don't
the
know.
guy's talking from the other side. He's got something to say. If I call you from vacation, I'm always excited to tell you something, right? Oh, the great sun, the weather. Oh,
have no idea.
the
I have
water
no
is so
idea.
clear. The beach, the hotel is built on the water. Got to see it. It's exciting to send the message. What do you
You
think?
think the Rebbe thought he was Mashiach?
I'm asking a question. What would he ever say? What would he
I
say?
don't know.
A dead man talking to a man on this planet, what we call Earth. What would he say? Hello, it's pretty hot up here. You better bring your
overcoat.
Yeah, you bring a lot of water, Burning Man. Bring a lot of water. Yeah, it's pretty cold. Like, you know who Herschel Osterpoller used to tell people that he came from Olam Emes and that he needs money and clothing for these families of their dead loved ones. And religion has always played a good role in getting people to, because you're bereaved, you lost someone. So Herschel Osterpoller used to tell these old Jewish housewives to give him money and clothing because he's visiting from the other world, and they'd believe him. So my question is, what would the Frierdiker Rebbe tell the Rebbe? Anything. I don't mind. I'm not picky. Any information. I'm not picky.
I have no idea. I'm not a Rebbe.
We're going to sing a...
If they have dibbicks, don't they? They've had
Dibbicks? They say that there's anecdotal evidence of dibbicks.
Yeah.
I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid. I'll walk into any haunted house you send me into.